Yo yo yo, what's up? It's me, Lucifer2B666, and I have a whacked out theory for you guys on the zombies storyline. First off, you need to go see the Easter egg for Origins to understand a single thing I'm saying. Go do that. Come back. The Easter egg, the movie clip at the ending. You're gonna be baffled if you haven't seen it yet, but come back to this. Pause this video, come back. If you already saw it, stick with me. So, I assume everyone's done that by now, or is about to do that 2 seconds. Okay, so let me start off. Look at the clip, actually analyze it a lot. First off, Eddie is obviously Edward Richtofen. Samantha is obviously Samantha Maxis. Okay. So, a lot of things to point out. First off, we know that Eddie and Samantha are playing with toys. Okay. Got that, right? So, we know they're playing with toys. So, I have a really messed up theory. A lot of things. First off, in the background of it, you notice it says napalm in a poster. Napalm wasn't invented until, guess when? The Vietnam era. So, if they were born in 1918, well, not 1918, let's say 1900. Let's say they were born then. A lot of things have some problems. First off, napalm wasn't invented yet. Second off, there's just, not even second off, there's just a ton that really don't make sense, okay, with them playing a game. There's a candle, so obviously you see no light bulbs anywhere, so obviously light bulbs weren't invented yet. Light bulbs weren't invented until, I think, the 1920s, maybe? I think that's when it was, 1930s, 1920s. Maybe even after then, 1940s. I really doubt 1940s. So, it's before that time, but napalm wasn't invented yet. Paradox. Okay, so, what I think, and you guys are going to really be baffled by my theory if you think it's correct. I think it's correct, you may not. So a lot of people are writing off the storyline, but I think it keeps going. Listen, I think Eddie is Edward Richtofen, obviously, and Samantha is Samantha Maxis. I already said that before, but whatever, I wanted to re-say it. So what if Eddie and Samantha were playing with these toys, and little did they know, they were writing the future. Every little thing they did was just writing the future. Does that baffle you? That actually what happened in the storyline was really real, it was really happening, but that was after they played their game. Their game is already done, okay? But they didn't know it. They didn't know that it really caused all of this to happen. Okay, how I think it happens is, if you listened at the end of the clip, Eddie says, "I wish our characters were real, Samantha." And Samantha says, "I know, Eddie." Or something like that. Okay, something along those lines. So, what if, just what if, their wish came true? What if it accidentally came true? There was a really bad thing that just karma, or not karma, what would the, I guess, I don't know, the upper beings, okay, whatever God you believe in, or whatever, the higher beings actually listened in and made their dream come true. As much of a nightmare it actually is, it actually came true. So, let's start off with, first off, you hear Maxis, so Maxis actually exists, and that is Samantha's father, because they refer to him as Samantha's father, not Eddie's father, but Samantha's father. So, I have a theory that maybe Eddie is actually Samantha's stepbrother. Really, it baffles me too, but I have this theory, because if you remember in the storyline, there was Sophia, which Maxis was messing with, if you know what I'm saying. So, what if Eddie's mother was Sophia, and Maxis's... Or no, I mean, Samantha's father was Maxis, and Sophia, you have to look into the storyline to see what I'm saying, but Sophia's in a couple radios too. And a lot of people have said, a lot of things about it, but Samantha hates Sophia. Okay. That it's just kind of a known fact now throughout the story. Everyone said their little theories about it, and it's true. Samantha hates Sophia. So what if what ended up happening? What I'm trying to say is the only reason why Eddie and Samantha are together is because they're step brother and sister. And only reason why Eddie and Maxis actually hooked up was because Eddie just ended up helping out Maxis one day with some sort of experiment, and he ended up working for him in the future. Wait, I'll be right back. I'm gonna keep talking, but I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. So what I just need to really get to, really quickly, is I think, really, in all reality, I hate to say this, the whole, Eddie and Samantha playing together really means nothing at all. As much as people are bringing this out to be a big thing, it's really actually nothing. If you think of it the exact way I think of it, it means a lot, yeah, but it doesn't mean that much. It just means the future is already predetermined, for the most part. One thing I think is, these kids couldn't have played that much together. Okay, they couldn't have completely wrote the future. Okay, there's a certain point where they're gonna stop playing. When they get to a certain age where they're gonna stop playing. Meaning, where does the story go from there? And that's really what makes my mind, race. How the heck are they gonna do this? Okay, so I don't know. I'm pretty baffled at even just everything. Okay. Edward Richtofen knows Samantha from many quotes and origins. He knows her in and out. He knows every little thing about Samantha. He's like, this is a little girl I know. Her name is Samantha. He already kind of brews this little hate towards her, and you can tell. So, I'm thinking that the story's just true, okay? That everything they made up is gonna happen. So, I'm just gonna get to it already. I think they're gonna make a bunch more maps, and it's gonna still make sense, okay? Forget about the whole thing that they're playing together. Act like it never happened, okay? And it still makes sense. The storyline still keeps going, okay? If you still listen to the whole thing that they're playing together and it's all a lie, it still makes sense because of what I just told you. They're predetermining the future. Zombies is full of twists and turns. A lot of things don't make sense. That's the whole thing about it. None of it really makes sense. So, if there's one little bump in the road, it's still kinda gonna make sense. Because none of the rest of it makes sense anyway, so does that... I don't want to say that makes sense like 5 times in a row. Okay. It's just weird. The storyline is weird, okay? They're predetermining the future without even knowing it until they're older. I think Eddie and Samantha have a 6-year age difference. As much as I think that's a little exaggerating, it would make sense for how old they were. Eddie, or Edward, I should say now, in Origins maybe looks about 20 at the youngest. Let's just say he's 20. Now let's say Samantha's about 14 because in the Moon Easter egg, you see her and she looks about 14. So let's say back when they were playing together, those little games with the dolls, Samantha was 10 and Eddie was 16. That means in about 4 years, all of their stories came true. So, it's interesting. It's interesting. So, what I'm basically saying, guys, is the next Call of Duty, I'm just telling you, I know for a fact, it's going to start off back in time again. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. But there is still a time gap between Origins and Shi No Numa. It's going to make sense if they fill in that time gap completely back to Shi No Numa. Then they're going to end the ending map pack. I'm sure is going to end where Moon was. Okay, I don't think the story is going to end there either. And then they're going to throw in some more twists and turns, and it's just going to keep going pretty much forever. Okay, it's going to have to end sometime. I get it. Okay, as weird as it is, it's going to end sometime. Okay, not weird, I should say. As much as I don't want it either, it's going to end. Okay, but I don't think it's going to end the next Call of Duty. It might end the Call of Duty after that. So that's 4 Call of Duties from now. There's a long time, guys. It's not going to end anytime soon. That's just what I'm getting to. Sorry, it's been 12 minutes, 13 minutes now. So, look. Like, favorite, and subscribe. Sorry, I really couldn't put the words out of my mouth without dragging it on for like an hour long, so I just had to throw in every little thing. So, it's not that big of a deal. It's gonna keep going. It's not stupid anymore. It makes sense. So, hopefully you stayed through this whole thing. I doubt you did, but whatever. Like, favorite, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hopefully we won't make it this boring and dragged on, but I needed to describe everything. So, see you later. Peace. Oh, I just got a teddy bear.